And James, why do you think they're well positioned for a big turnaround here?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've done a lot to really prepare themselves for the long term. Obviously, what we've seen in the post-lockdown phase of this pandemic is heightened demand, really a surge in demand for outdoor products, really across the board. Now, interestingly enough, Harley, looking at their financials, has yet to participate in that. And I think that's because they've had a lot of work to do to clean up what's been a really rough last, call it 5 years. They had way too much inventory in the channel. They had used Harley Davidson motorcycles, which were really stealing the thunder from their new portfolio. And they've cleaned that up substantially over the course of the last 4 or 5 months, which I think really positions them well to begin to grow sales as we look to 2021. In addition to that, they've done a lot to right size their cost base. And so I think there's a margin opportunity that lies ahead as well.
So let's talk about how much upside you see here. The shares are trading around 29. I think 36 is your price target. And why do you also think that the fact that they've appeared to lose some share in recent months could counterintuitively be a good thing?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I guess the point that we're making there is I think a lot of investors have looked at Harley Davidson and the broader motorcycle industry as one that's really not benefiting from this sort of outdoor play that we've seen in so many other sectors. But when you look at the numbers, all of their competitors, right, all of the other motorcycle companies have seen a meaningful surge in sales. And in normal times, you would look at market share losses such as those and say that's a really bad thing. In these times, it's clear that Harley is starving the channel, right? They're trying to reintroduce this notion of scarcity into their product offering. And, based on the dealers that we talked to, that's been the reason given. But the fact that we've seen a surge in overall industry sales, we've also seen a surge in used Harley Davidson motorcycle sales. All of those things, I think, serve as leading indicators, as precursors to a broader based recovery in new motorcycle sales next year.
James, final question, and it's just, what is the consumer appetite for Harley Davidsons? Because we've talked a lot about how their demographic is kind of aging out, and the younger demographic may be interested in, driving or operating different kinds of bikes, especially, something more of the electric variety. Are they going to be able to ride that?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's been the biggest bear case against the company for a decade plus, and I don't think that's going anywhere per se. But I do think they have a sizable and loyal customer base. And even though that base is shrinking, I would argue that we've shrunk beyond what the ultimate demand would suggest. And so if we look back to last year, it seemed like we were getting close to that inflection point. We have sort of a kitchen sink year here in 2020. I think we can grow from here.